Hello everyone, welcome back to this new video, and in this video we'll talk about how we can authenticate to the GitHub account using SSH keys. So in one of my previous video I explained how do you authenticate, do a git pull, push and then git clone using HTTPS. Now we will talk about how we can do using SSH keys. So I'll explain what are SSH, what are SSH keys, how do you set up a SSH key for GitHub, and then we'll see a demo finally. So let's start. Starting with the basics as always, what are SSH keys and how do they work? So SSH stands for Secure Shell. It's a cryptographic network protocol that allows secure communication between two systems over a unsecured network like the internet. So this was about SSH. Now what are SSH keys, which we define on GitHub? So now what are SSH keys, which we'll create and then add that SSH key to GitHub. So SSH keys are a pair of cryptographic keys used to authenticate your identity without needing a password every time. So key consists of private key and a public key. So when I'll create a new SSH key using the SSH command, it will create a private key and a public key. So private key will be kept in my on my device, and public key I'll just add that to my GitHub account. So whenever now, like when I try to connect with GitHub will check whether my public key matches the private key they have using some algorithms or using a cryptographic challenge. If it passes, if the public key is my system has the private key that associates with that public key, then we are all good to connect. So now, why SSH is better than HTTPS for GitHub communication? So all the CI/CD pipelines, we don't want them to communicate over HTTPS. For them, SSH is the preferred method. Since it's more secure and seamless, it does not require a username or a password, or any personal access token. Now, what are the benefits of SSH? We don't need to remember our password every time or personal access token. It's like strong encryption, better security, and as I said, it's easier to automate the CI/CD pipelines with SSH. So how do you create a SSH key? So when you download Git, you get a Git Bash terminal as well. So on that Git Bash terminal, you can use the command SSH hyphen keygen basically to generate the key, and then you need to provide the type of key that you want to create. In this case, it would be ED 25519. It is like one of the secure type of keys that we create, or other than that you can use RSA as well. Then minus C is, by minus C you can provide your email address. You can add your SSH key to a SSH agent. This way, like if you have, let's say, multiple GitHub accounts on your logged in on your system, SSH agent will help for that. Plus, if you have any additional security, you can have some paraphrases with your key that you need to write every time. So with SSH agent, that part is skipped. You don't need to write paraphrases or you don't need to remember paraphrases every time. So these are some of the advantages. Now, once you add that SSH key to your GitHub account, you need to validate. For that, you can use the SSH-T command. This git at the rate github.com is the SSH signature from the GitHub side. Now, let's see a demo. So now I'll go to search and I'll search for git bash. So git bash is the terminal that you get at the time of downloading Git, right? Now, as I said, we what we need to do is we need to use this command. I'll just go back and I'll just copy this command and then put it here. So within this command, I'll just include my email address, correct email address, and then I'll click on enter. So it says that it's generating a public private ED25519 key pair. So and it will store on this file path. Do I agree? I'll just press enter. So it says that there is already a key present at this path. Do I want to overwrite? Yes. Do I want a paraphrase? Paraphrase is just for additional security. Like once you use SSH over GitHub, if you want to have any additional security token or something like that, no, we want to skip that. So awesome. So my public key and private key has been created. So what I'll do is I'll go to that folder. So within the users folder, we have the .ssh folder. I'll go there and you can see that with ed25519 we have two files created. One is pub file and one is this normal file. So pub file is the public key that we need to upload on GitHub, and the other file contains the private key. So I'll open this pub file, and what I'll do is I'll just copy it and I'll include that on my GitHub. So I'm on my GitHub now. I'll just click here and I'll click on settings. And within settings, we have this SSH and GPG keys. I'll just click on new SSH key. Just I'll give the title as my SSH key. And then like I'll just paste this. So this starts with SSH hyphen ed25519 and click on add SSH key. So awesome. Now it says that it was added on this state and it has never been used. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly go to my one of my repositories and I'll just clone them. For example, this. I'll open this repository and I'll click on this green icon code, and within it we have three options. One is clone over HTTPS, clone over SSH, and GitHub CLI. So usually in my previous videos as well, you have seen I have cloned over HTTPS. Now what I'll do is I'll click on this URL. I'll just copy this and I'll go to my command prompt. So this is the git bash. I'll just type command prompt and I'll change the directory to desktop. Now I'll do a git clone and I'll just press enter. So now it's like, let's check if it's able to clone. Yes, it's able to clone. Awesome. And if I'll go back to my SSH keys and I'll click on refresh. So it says that it was last used within the last weeks. So this is the key that we used. And just to verify it, what we will do is just we'll clone this command and I'll open the git bash and then I'll just paste this command to check if the connection is there. Yes, so it's saying that you are successfully authenticated, and I think that was also. I think you should use SSH keys over HTTPS for a better secure communication to GitHub. Many companies as well prefer using SSH keys, and they have policies regarding that. So yeah, that was all for this video. Hope you learned something new, and do subscribe to my channel for more such videos in the future. Thanks everyone.